3, 2, 1.
After an American tanker caught fire in the northern Persian Gulf inside Iraqi waters following an Iranian missile strike. At 6:23 local time in the Gulf of Oman, the USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group was operating under routine conditions. Aircraft cycles were underway. Deck crews were moving. Radar screens were stable. Then everything changed. An orbiting E-2D Hawkeye picked up the first anomaly. 4 high-speed ballistic signatures, rising fast. Seconds later, additional contacts appeared, dozens of them. Low altitude, slow, moving in formation. On board the USS Spruance, the radar picture sharpened. 36 contacts, barely above sea level, pushing south through the coastal haze at 90 knots. 90 miles to the east, the USS Rafael Peralta confirmed another group, 23 more, same profile, same speed, same direction. The tactical action officer responsible for every weapon system on the ship made the call in under 4 seconds. One-way attack drones. Cheap, slow, disposable. Each one carrying enough explosive to cripple a radar array or tear open an engine compartment. There was no hesitation. The ship's 1MC system cut across every compartment. General quarters. General quarters. All hands man your battle stations. Hatches slammed shut. Sailors moved at a sprint. Repair lockers opened. Weapons crews ran to their positions. Above them, the sky was no longer empty. At this distance, the first drone would enter engagement range in less than 60 seconds. Across the carrier and its escort vessels, sailors and Marines moved immediately to their assigned defensive positions along the full perimeter of the ships. Weapons lockers were opened, equipment was distributed. Every station was manned. Snipers climbed to elevated positions along the superstructure, setting up precision rifles and scanning the outer sectors. On the lower deck of the carrier, Marine units assembled and received a rapid briefing. They were being deployed to Allied bases across the region. Speed was critical. Officers outlined the mission, transport sequence, insertion points, and actions on arrival. The briefing lasted only minutes. Topside, gun crews loaded ammunition belts into the ship-mounted M250 caliber machine guns positioned along the rails. The belts were fed into the receivers. Charging handles were pulled back and released. Weapons were made hot and ready. Soldiers equipped with shoulder-fired air defense systems climbed to the upper decks and took their positions, covering multiple sectors of the sky. Each operator locked into a designated arc, tracking movement across assigned airspace. Binoculars swept across the horizon. Sniper optics tracked anything that moved on the water or in the air. Once the machine guns were loaded and locked, the gunners conducted test bursts, short, controlled fire into open water. The recoil kicked through the mounts. Brass casings scattered across the deck plates. The weapons cycled clean. Feeding confirmed. No stoppages. Across the formation, every system reported green. The strike group was now at full combat readiness. Below the flight deck, ground crews continued preparing the aircraft. Missiles were mounted onto pylons, external fuel tanks secured. Avionics systems powered and tested. Control surfaces checked through full range of motion. After final inspection, the first aircraft rolled forward an F-35C Lightning II. The pilot advanced throttle. Engine power built steadily. The aircraft locked into the catapult shuttle. Launch sequence engaged. In a single violent surge, the jet accelerated down the deck and launched off the bow, climbing sharply into the sky. Behind it, A-18 Super Hornet fighters moved into position one after another. Each aircraft locked into the catapult, engines pushed to full power, launch sequence engaged. One by one, they were released. Each jet surged forward, lifted off the bow, and climbed into the sky before turning toward assigned sectors. The pilots had three objectives. First, intercept and destroy any incoming missiles targeting the carrier group. Second, establish air superiority along the flight corridor that Marine transport aircraft would use to reach Allied bases. Third, strike enemy military infrastructure radar systems, missile launch sites, command centers, anything that posed a threat to coalition forces in the region.
Holy You see me now?
On the carrier deck, the Marines moved toward the UH-60 Black Hawk helicopters staged on the forward section. They approached in tight columns, stepping up to the side doors one after another, moving quickly but without confusion. Crew chiefs stood by at each aircraft, guiding them in. Inside, the Marines took their seats along the sidewalls, weapons secured across their chests, straps locked in place. Each Marine carried a full combat load. M4 carbines with optics and infrared lasers mounted along the top rails. Sidearms secured at the waist, body armor plates locked tight across the chest and back. Packs weighed between 30 to 45 kilograms, filled with ammunition, water, medical kits, and extra gear. No one spoke, only short hand signals, eyes forward, breathing steady, controlled. The Black Hawks started their engines. Rotor blades began to turn. Slow at first, then building into a full steady rotation. The sound deepened into a constant mechanical roar. Powered by twin engines producing over 3,500 shaft horsepower. Each helicopter could carry a full squad while maintaining speed and lift under heavy load. One by one, the helicopters lifted off the deck, rising just above the carrier before pushing forward, dropping low over the water as they gained speed. Flying at over 270 kilometers per hour, they stayed tight to the surface, minimizing their radar profile as they moved toward the Allied bases. A second group of Marines boarded another helicopter through the side door, moving with the same speed and discipline. Full combat loads, weapons checked, straps secured. The helicopter lifted off and fell into formation behind the lead aircraft, maintaining spacing as they followed the same route toward the operational area. Meanwhile, on the ship, the defensive preparations continued. Every machine gun position was rechecked. Anti-aircraft missile crews confirmed their systems were tracking and ready to fire. On the flight deck, additional Black Hawks were being armed for escort duty. Door-mounted M240 machine guns were locked into place. Ammunition belts were fed and secured, hanging in long, heavy loops beside the gunners' positions. These helicopters would fly alongside the transport formation, maintaining close distance, scanning the air and sea as they moved. If Iranian drones appeared along the route, the gunners would engage immediately, firing controlled bursts to destroy the targets before they could close in. Inside the aircraft, the Marines remained silent. The vibration of the rotor ran through the airframe, through the seats, through their gear. No one needed to speak. Every man knew the mission. Every man knew the risk. The carrier group remained on full alert. Every weapon manned, every radar scanning, every aircraft either airborne or ready to launch.